Friends, welcome to this episode concerning visa to the United Kingdom. Tips, procedures, and procedure for reapplication in case of visa refusal that we will deal with in this episode and the coming one as well. Finally, some would say the United Kingdom is taking action on its own territory. So the over visa to the UK and those who are already in the UK, renewing visa procedure is denied for some as well. But that decision was based, refusal of those who are already in the United Kingdom. The refusal was based on the demonstration, anti-Semitic demonstration, as a result of 7th of October 2023 and the war between Israel and Hamas. Refusal is not the end of the road. This is the fair and democratic system. The UK, I'm not in the UK at the moment, but the UK, as well as the rest of the West, majority would have fair democratic system. The procedure is not taking revenge of one person over the other and favorite other. The procedure is straightforward, criteria very clear. And this is what we will go through at this episode, how to apply the things you pay attention to, and then the coming one, if the visa is refused on the basis of whatever basis, what will you do? That will tackle on the other. First, 12 reasons. I will present 12 reasons for UK visa refusal. Why the visa will be refused? Visas should be accepted once it is fair and clear. First of all, long or unclear itinerary. Your itinerary, your procedure, your travel in the UK is not clear. Could be too long with details, unnecessary details, and lacking something. Could be unclear. Yes, you have to present some skeleton of itinerary, and then you will be asked for a particular areas, most probably. Second, short or no travel history. On your passport, there will be visas of other countries. Have you been to other countries before? How many times, how many countries you went in and out? What sort of countries? This could be short or there is nothing. So the first country you will ever visit will be the UK. That is questionable. On the other hand, if you have an old passport with visas and you have a new passport with no visa, it is wise to keep the old one with you as well as an evidence of being in other countries, what sort of countries you visited and at what capacity. Number 3, dodgy, this is important, dodgy sponsor or not credible supported letter. The supporting letter must be credible. If you have a supporting letter, most people will have a supporting letter from an institute, from a university, from a firm, from laboratories or IT firm, etc. So they will have some sort of supporting letter. Is that credible or dodgy? Is your sponsor one who will say, we will offer him accommodation, for instance, for the duration of his visits? Is that credible? So is the supporting letter credible or dodgy? Number 4, providing incomplete or inaccurate information. What sort of information you provide to obtain the visa to the United Kingdom that will allow you to enter the UK legally? That's important. Number 5, criminal history, especially concerning violence, drugs, and terrorist activities. If you have such history in our Middle Eastern countries, you will get a stamp that you have no procedure of judgment, la hukm alayh. There is no ruling against him or her. That is important. If you have any criminal, drugs related or terrorist related activities and seeking for the UK visa, that will be a hindrance for the visa to be accepted. Number 6, ignoring the established rules and requirements. Don't ignore the requirements, the way the visa application, the procedure for it. Pay good attention to that. Don't ignore it. So your application will be ignored on the basis of ignoring these things. Number 7, history of previous visa refusal and between. Have you been denied a visa before? What happened between that denial and the time being? In these months or years, what happened? What changes took place? This will come to in the coming episode as well. Unstable bank account and inadequate financial requirement. Unstable bank account. Suddenly you have a big amount of money came into your account to show that you have sufficient adequate fund required to be in the UK for such period of time, few weeks or few months. Unless you are invited by laboratories, by university, by IT firms, etc. Do you have enough fund? Is your bank account stable, showing your salaries, the stable income continuously, and the savings according to that income? That's important. Then we have unclear concerning leaving the country. That's number 9. Unclear about when will you leave the country? When the visa finishes. Fine. Good. At times you have to demonstrate that to the authorities that you are going to leave. You will visit and you are leaving. You are taking a course and then you are leaving after that. Number 10. Previous breach of UK immigration laws. That's important. Previous breach of the immigration laws in the UK. That means you have been to the UK, you breach your right to remain to such period of time that expired, and you stayed few days, few months, few years illegally. This past record will affect the now decision of granting you a visa entry to the UK. Number 11, unclear documentation. What you provide, make sure it is clear. Make sure you have photocopy of it, of everything as well, for what we will come to discuss in the coming episode. Make sure what you are presenting is cut clear, very adequate and very clear documentation. Finally, inadequate English language skills for some categories. That's not for all. If you are a tourist, you are not required fluent English. But if you are going to work in the IT industry, for instance, and you cannot provide and show adequate understanding and communicating in English, that could be a hindrance. Nevertheless, let me finish with this note. If your UK visa application is refused, this is not the end of the road. You receive a letter from the Home Office telling you in details the basis of the refusal, and you have the opportunity to appeal against the decision of the Home Office. This is what we will discuss in the coming episode. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Daniel.